Hey guys, it's Pete from Underground Reptiles and Amphibians and Arachnids and Mammals. Right here now I got this beautiful Dendrobates auratus, the green and black dart frog. This is about the size of an adult. It can actually get a little bigger. I've seen them bigger, but this is a beautiful size. Usually they're tiny when we get them in. We get little baby ones in, but it's a super easy dart frog to take care of. Super easy. I mean, look at this. Look at the color of this thing. Now that color is, of course, warning colors in nature that's saying, hey, don't touch me. Don't try to eat me because I'm poisonous. But in captivity, most of them are captive born, they don't have all the poison. They may have a little bit, but basically they're eating fruit flies and vitamin dusted crickets, so they can't get the poison out of it like they do it in the wild from the ants and stuff like that that they eat, and small beetles that have those toxins that they get absorbed through their skin and make them dangerous. But in captivity, they're pretty easy too. And plus, I recommend not handling them. No, they're definitely not a handleable frog. They're just a frog to put in a big vivarium, plant it really nice. They come out during the day, they're diurnal, so they're not nocturnal. So they sleep at night. During the day, they come out and they forage around to eat on the insects and stuff. They like it moist. As you see, we keep it moist in here because we don't want him or her to dry out. So like I said, it's a good beginner dart frog. Usually this is like the good beginner one. People looking for a dart frog, which one should I get? This is the easiest one at the beginning. It's Dendrobates auratus, which is the green and black dart. It's frequently bred all over the place, so you can get babies everywhere. Everybody does very well with them. And they can live up to 10 years. Dart frogs have a long lifespan. You figure that little thing, this little thing is pretty hardy for its size. It's a tough little frog. But the key is lighting. You want to have a UV light in there for the plants to grow and for the frogs to get UV as well. And you could put a bunch together, but you got to be careful too, because males tend to wrestle and fight each other for females. So what you want to do is spare, the whole tank, have it all spread out, have a lot of plants, bromeliads and stuff like that, where they can hide in there and stuff, and they have territories they can stake out. So if you crowd them, that's not good either. So they need some room. And it's a good little frog. It's a good beginner dart frog. It's a really nice frog. They come from Costa Rica, central to South America, mainly Central America. It's a good little, like I said, it's a nice little frog. So something really good to keep. This is a good little vivarium animal to start off with. And they said you got to have constant supply of fruit flies and tiny crickets, and you got to vitamin dust them. They need vitamins on calcium, D3, I think, all that stuff for bone structure and everything like that, and a healthy frog. So this is it, dart frogs mania. Get one of these.
Hi guys, this is Peter here from Underground Reptiles. I'm going to be showing you a very special snake today. What I got right here is what's called a Goldenchild reticulated python. Now this is a special morph. This isn't just a normal retic like I said. This is a Goldenchild. With the Goldenchilds you get this beautiful iridescence, if you could see it in the sunlight. You get this really nice almost dorsal stripe down the center, dark brownish gray, and then that golden head. The one thing that's really cool about retic morphs, specifically better than ball python morphs, is because a lot of ball python morphs, when they get bigger, their color and pattern starts to fade out a little bit. That's not the case with retics. Retics will actually keep the same color and pattern they have when they're babies, even when they're, they get up 20 feet or so. If you're looking to get a retic, obviously you need to know that these animals get very big. This is the longest python in the world. These guys have, I think, been recorded at a little bit over 30 feet. So if you're going to get this snake, you're going to have to be aware that this thing is going to get pretty big and it's going to require pretty big caging at some point and eat huge things like rabbits and, at the 20 foot mark, eat things like pigs, stuff like that. So if you're thinking about getting a retic, just be aware. Obviously, it's a very big animal. Can't have them in Florida, unfortunately, but there's plenty of other places in the country. And a lot of people think retics are mean and things like that. That's obviously not always the case. This guy is super tame, lets me hold him no problem. And he's an absolutely beautiful animal. That's the Goldenchild retic.
This is Carusha zebrata, otherwise known as the prehensile tail skink, otherwise known as the monkey tail skink. I want you to look at that eye for a second. Look at the richness of the clay green, the little tiny pupil, especially in the sun. You don't see too many animals with a eye color the same as the body color. It's pretty amazing. Now this happens to be a young one. They actually get about twice this size. Full grown, I've seen these things in excess of 3 feet tip to tip. Now this is an arboreal animal that comes out of the Solomon Islands. It's absolutely amazing. This is why I got into reptiles. They have a sticky forked tongue, almost like an iguana. They are 75 to 80% frugivore, herbivore. I have seen a couple of them take small mice. Some of them do like to eat a monkey biscuit just to keep their bones nice and strong. What's amazing about them, in my estimation, is that their tail, guys, it's prehensile. Look at this. It's a prehensile tailed animal. Isn't that crazy? I want you guys to look at the jaws on this animal. Now, somebody want to tell me why God would make an animal that eats fruits and vegetables with a jaw with a mandible that could probably crush a human's bones? Look at the little brown nose on this thing. Generally speaking, they're tame, although I have seen some that get a little bit on the snotty side. They do tame down easily. If you're interested in buying one, a nice large cage, a nice terrarium setup with branches and canopies and a water bowl so they could drink out of is always best. They love bananas and greens. They love eating, put some romaine lettuce in there. They love dark leafy greens. Their nails are super sharp, obviously, for climbing the side of trees. Look at this animal. I could stare at this thing all day. Difficult to sex. It's really hard to tell the boys from the girls, although here at Underground Reptiles we can do that. They've got external ear openings. When you hold them, you want to make sure that they can grab you with all 4 limbs, otherwise they feel like they're falling. Otherwise they'll wrap their tail around something and pull themselves up. Up, 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 up. Look, look, look. I fight you, I kill you, I kill you. I will bite your finger right off. Look at these jaws. Carusha zebrata, Solomon Island monkey tail skink. Available now at Underground Reptiles.